It is roast rate time. Yeah, it typically does happen all the time. So today we have, as you saw, we have Fat Beans Coffee Lab bean today. Um, as always with our boy over at Fat Beans Coffee Lab, Brian the Mad Lab. Hey, Ryan, how we doing? The Roaster Coaster. Shout out to Ryan, or not Ryan. Well, shout out to Ryan too, but Brian over at Fat Beans Coffee Lab. Um, he just did a stream not too long ago, working on. Apparently did something other than roasting coffee last time, but he roasts these live on Twitch for me. As you can tell, it says medium roast, but it looks a little bit lighter. Got a picture of our beans right there. It seems to have a little bit of a mix. Could just be the shadowing. But these are a lighter roast than like the Sumatras that we've been doing and stuff like that. Coffee guy Brian, the hero of stream needed for sure. And then all of the beans that Brian sends you come in these wonderful bags. As you can tell, we are over a month on these beans, so I've been trying to use them up. I know we have a little bit of it's a specialty medium. Oh, looky there. MQT guy in here with the knowledge. It smells like a lighter roast. Obviously, we're going to get into that. Yeah, what was that date? September. I had a huge influx of viewer requested roast rates. So I was trying to do those, but now I'm trying to get through these before they get too dated. Well, you pick you up when you drink it for sure, Pops. No, it did not. It said September 21st. I got scared. No, God, no. Beans don't last that long in this house. Come on, MQT guy. And when you drink as much coffee as I do, you tend to go through them. But so I do have a huge backlog of viewer requested roast rates, but we did get like 4 right when I put in that order with Brian. So I'm trying to mix and match. We do have an imitation coffee tea kind of thing lined up that Cybertrucker Alpha redeemed one night. How many weeks till yours? I think you are second on the list. So I've got Alphas, and then I believe it's yours. And then I've got Luke Forces after that one. But if you guys, as Bristow just showed, are interested in any of the roast rates that we've done, I believe we're up to 25 now. That their playlist is right there. You can see all of them on YouTube. For this one, we're looking for a creamy sweetness, cashew and macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts are my favorite nut, with a Cadbury type milk chocolate. Sounds delightful. I know it for whatever reason smelled fruity. Like if you take the whiff of it right now, it gives off of a fruity hint. But I kind of assume that goes with the lighter roast. As most of the light roasts have fruity undertones, whereas the darker roasts typically have like chocolatey tastes and stuff like that. I'm really excited for this bean, especially actually all of these that I got from the last order from Brian. I've been looking forward to just because the flavor tones are a little bit off of the spectrum from what we've been dealing with. For example, most of our dark roasts. Dad is, I wouldn't say favorite, but, so for example, most of the dark roasts that we've been having have had that dark chocolate, hints and undertones. That last Sumatra bean we did had that licorice. This one you're talking, Cadbury type milk chocolate. Exciting. It's definitely going to be a different kind of taste, and that's what we're going for. Spread our palate tastes and everything, and branch away from our comfort zone. I'm super excited for this, and without further ado, let's have a drink. Okay. That's a nice cup of coffee. I don't really get a cashewy taste. I do get the creamy sweetness. It's not an overpowering sweetness. But I can also understand like the macadamia nuts there. Hey Parlov, how we doing, man? Welcome in. It does have a nutty taste to it. It's interesting. It's actually really good. This is a Wondered Alloy. Wondered Alloy. Welcome in. Hey, Mumbo, how's it going? We're in the middle of our roast right now. We just had our first tasting of it. How are you today, Mumbo? But so it does have that creamy sweetness like it talks. I'm enjoying a fantastic cup of coffee. And I don't quite get the cashew. It's like it's there, but it's like in the background. You know what I mean? The macadamia definitely overpowers it. But we ate a lot of cashews back in my day. That was one of our favorite nuts to eat when I was a kid. And then it definitely eases into that milk chocolate. This is a fantastic cup of coffee. This is really good. I wasn't exactly sure how I was gonna like it. Well, I appreciate it, much appreciated. Thank you, Wondered Alloy. Shout out to Wondered Alloy was given. I will throw that follow on right to you, my good sir and or madam. But I appreciate the raid. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the shout out, whichever one of you did it. Much appreciated. Hope you guys are having a lovely Wednesday. We are here tasting coffee. It's nice. It's so nice when Pooks gets a great... Oh, dude, it's so good. Especially after some of the stinkers we've been having here recently. Like, don't get me wrong. That Sumatra was good. It was okay. It wasn't good. It was okay. I could not get behind the licorice taste. The blueberry one that we had last week was also okay. And then we had the chock full of nuts. And this is good. What would I give it, though? I don't want to... It's not... Oh, cheese coffee. Oh, that was so bad. But happy Pooks for the week. You were not wrong. I don't think it's dime worthy. It's close. It's so close, but it's not. Wine snob cartoon. Oh, I can only imagine what that is. Oh, you know, I am. That is a excellent picture there, Parlov. It's got. I can't give it a 10. It's not out of this world. It's good. It is great. This is a fantastic cup of coffee. It's not a 10 though. That Sumatra was bombing. I don't know, dude. It's good. I would. It's a good cup of coffee. You know what? We'll do it. Okay, fine. You talked me into it. We're gonna give it the second dime. Dime time, baby. Yep. It's a really good cup of coffee. It is fantastic. Same face your mother makes. I don't need to know about that, Father. I don't need to know about that. It is. It's very good. Like I said, the nuttiness in a drink is weird. I think that's probably what was my indecision with it, because it is like so you start out with that creamy sweetness, right? Have I tried white coffee? wheat. Is it a hard eye? White? For a good cup of coffee. Dude, it was, yeah. But so getting into white is right. Hard eye. Okay. I have not. What is a good cup of coffee to me? Usually the way to my heart's dark roast. It will always be dark roast no matter what. I like the bitterness of a dark roast. Especially, I think what really took that Sumatra over for me, the first time that we had, was that, so it comes out and hits you with a bitterness, right? And then it eases into, hot lava Java then. Oh, really? Interesting. But and then it eased into that sweetness, which is similar to what this is doing. The macadamia taste in the middle of that, because the creamy sweetness I can kind of get at the beginning. It's more bitter than I was expecting. So like I was expecting a sweetness to flow into the nut, and then follow up with the chocolate. That's not what I got with this. With this cup, it starts off not the sweetness, but almost like I don't want to say a creamy bitterness, because those seem like opposites. But it started off with that hit that you expect with coffee. You know what I mean? Like when you first take your first drink of black coffee. Not that you know anything about that, Pops, so you might not be able to relate to this. But so it started off with a bitterness, and then it flowed very nicely into that macadamia nut, and then it followed into that Cadbury type milk chocolate. Is a very good description of what that filled into. This is, the nuttiness was kind of off-putting at first, and I shouldn't say off-putting, just that it's unexpected. Kind of like that licorice taste was. It was unexpected. And I didn't exactly know what I was getting into, so the unexpectedness is not, it's not, as in the chocolate company, yes. I assume that's what, because Cadbury eggs like have a different kind of chocolate taste than your normal milk chocolate would. And I believe that is a very good description of what this flows into at the end. And I am very pleased with this cup of coffee. I am excited with giving it a 10. I'm not a coffee drinker, but the way dude, it's a good, like, for non-coffee drinkers, I think it would be, it might be a little harsh at the beginning, like more than what you'd be used to. If you're going to do with that, I would definitely suggest probably a sweetener just to negate that. Just so that the cup's sweet enough as it is, but if you aren't used to the bitterness of coffee, and if that's something that you're like, no, you get away from me, I would probably just add a little bit of sugar or some kind of whatever sweetener you choose, just to negate that first hit of bitterness. And I think if you don't use too much, that it won't overpower the ending sweetness, if that makes sense. Luke Force is chill as fuck, can confirm. But I cannot suggest this enough. It is a great bean.